This is the Saturday Morning Serial Podcast with your host, Amanda Ann. Hello, and welcome to a new episode of Saturday Morning Serial. I'm Amanda Ann, and today I am reviewing a new film on Netflix called The Woman in the Window. Guys, this movie was insane, and it's funny because I was telling my boyfriend that this movie was the subject of this episode, and he immediately put two and two together and figured out this is another rendition of a movie that came out in 1954 starring Alfred Hitchcock called Rear Window. However, I believe this new film took on a different approach to this classic idea of a story. The Woman in the Window stars the brilliant Amy Adams, Wyatt Russell, Anthony Mackie, hey, what's up, Falcon and Winter Soldier fans? And Julianne Moore. For me, it was different seeing Amy Adams in a role that requires so much facial acting due to a character having a severe mental illness, battling agoraphobia, hallucinations, and PTSD. And I know Amy Adams mostly for her work in Justice League, the DC comic universe as Lois Lane, also as Giselle from Enchanted, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. But Adam portrays this character, Anna Fox, and she did a really good job overall and is very believable with this character. The story itself takes off very fast right at the beginning, and I found myself actually being lost, like, who is she talking to? Where are these voices coming from? Also, her new neighbors are very uncomfortable, especially the son named Ethan, with whom seeks counsel from Anna. Anna explains to him she's a child psychiatrist and she can sense Ethan has something terribly wrong with him, and she tries to pry him for more information, which I found really interesting because she's battling her own demons, but she does want to help Ethan. The movie just takes off full force from this point. You sometimes forget that Anna lets a young man named David live in her basement temporarily in exchange for services and cleanup around the house, but later turns out to be an important part of the plot of the story in the end. Wyatt Russell, fresh off Falcon and Winter Soldier, has more of a loose playboy act to him in this, so it was good to see him in something else fresh than where everyone was hating on his character in the Disney Plus series. Anna meets Ethan's mom, who is extremely chipper and I thought very annoying, and the woman instantly befriends the other. They just become really good friends, they bond over drinks, and again, you can tell things are not sunshine and rainbows with this woman. A little while later, the husband, Alistar, comes over looking for his wife. Anna is super confused and tells him she went home. Later that night, Anna is looking out her window when she hears a scream and directs her attention to the neighbors across the street. Anna has a camera that she uses to zoom in and really see what's going on around her. And that's what Anna basically does day in and day out. She sits with her cat and people watches. She notices something is amiss and eventually witnesses Mrs. Russell being stabbed to death. And I'm putting Mrs. Russell in quotes because reasons. And I'm trying not to make this very spoilerish because it just came out and I want you guys to really have a chance to see it and form your own opinions on this film, regardless of what I'm saying. I would really like to hear what you guys think of this overall. But as a side note, there's some weird and crazy transitions in this movie that do not flow at all with the look and feel of this film, and I haven't decided if I like that or not, especially, I mean, this might be a little spoilerish, but there are some, like, slasher type of acts in this movie, and just, like, the effects and everything of it just really did not work with, like I said, the overall look and feel of it. Anna calls the police, and things just go insane from here. It's all jumbly and overall a mess because for me, I was trying to piece together everything and so many things were getting thrown around, such as who's who did what, where is someone, etc. As wanting to keep the spoilers to a minimum in this review, I'm not really going to say much about the outcome of this movie, but it all makes sense in the end. It all comes together like one big puzzle piece. I think, in my opinion, this movie is all in what you perceive it to be. Obviously, mental health is a huge component in this film, and we eventually learn why Anna is the way she is. In the mess of all of this, we see character growth in her, and in the end, she is a well-developed character. And same goes with Ethan. We eventually see the troubled teen's mental frame, and unfortunately, it does come to light in a pretty menacing way. The genre is all over the place. It can be a thriller, a mystery, or even a little bit of a slasher. Story overall, as I mentioned earlier, was okay. I mean, it was very busy, but I do appreciate how the whole movie pretty much took place at one location, which was Anna's, like, I think it was a 3-story house. To tell a story as busy and chaotic as this one in one space is pretty impressive. They had a lot of material they needed to cover, and it was just like one set location for that story. It was pretty good. Another thing that I also found interesting in the show is it has an all-star cast, but I feel like the only two that have like really juicy roles is Wyatt Russell's character David and Amy Adams as Anna. And I mean, we have like Anthony Mackie, Julianne Moore in this film, and they're big names, and their characters don't have a lot of screen time. So I wish we could have saw a little more of those characters as well, and maybe explored a little more backstory behind them. But overall, it worked in the end. I do want to tell you guys, hang in there when it comes to this movie. There were times where I felt my attention drifting off, or just finding myself even checking my email a few times. It did get a little boring and slow, but overall, yeah, I was confused, but in the end, it does, like I said, it does come together, and it all makes sense in the end, and you're like, oh, okay. So I do like watching and reviewing movies that are exclusive to streaming platforms because hard work is put into those just as much as any other theatrical film. I knew about this particular film for a while, so I was excited for new content on Netflix that's right up my alley. I do like genres that pertain to, mystery, thriller, horror, etc. And I really hope you guys check out this film, and please let me know your thoughts on this. I'm really interested to hear what others thought of it, and yeah, it's like I said, just hang in there. Anyway, I am so excited that next week and this summer, theaters are opening and some fun movies are finally coming out. We got Quiet Place 2 and Cruella coming out this week, and then one movie I am very excited for, The Conjuring 3, finally comes out next week. So I'm so excited for all those in general, and go check them out, and I'll probably be reviewing one of them very soon. I know I'm going to be doing Conjuring in 2 weeks, so that'll be exciting. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you next time.